Every single NFL team is going to have to cut their roster down to 53 people by tomorrow, and today I am going to be predicting that for the Arizona Cardinals, what I think that's going to look like, because cutting a roster to 53 is never easy, so I'm probably going to be off on a couple of these. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think is going to happen. If you want to predict the full 53, I mean, drop those comments, or at the end of the video, you could just tell me what you disagree with and the players that you think I left out. There are some people that I think did not make the cut that I think could. We'll talk about that when the time comes. But let's go ahead and dive right into this. This is kind of interesting. It was a little difficult, and I will walk you guys through what I was thinking. So first, let's go ahead and start with the offense, and we're going to start at quarterback, where we had controversy all preseason long. Is it Clayton Tune? Is it Desmond Ridder? I think ultimately it is going to be both of them. I think we all knew that Kyler Murray was QB1. If you dispute that, I don't know what is wrong with your brain. The cells are missing. But I mean, Clayton Tune, Desmond Ridder, it really doesn't matter. I think they're going to roster 3 to begin with. But if I had to make a say on it, I would say Clayton Tune beat out Desmond Ridder. And I would say Desmond Ridder is QB3, and the Cardinals could potentially ship him off somewhere else if they wanted to. But I think they're going to roster 3. I don't think they're like insanely confident with anybody else who's on the roster. So I think it is going to be Kyler, Tune, and Ridder. That is my prediction, but I could easily see Ridder and Tune getting flopped. And then let's go to running back real quick, because this is kind of interesting as well. I have 4 listed. I have Connor, I have Trey Benson, Amari DeMarcado, and Michael Carter. Those are the 4 that I have. I'm pretty confident in the top 2 being in that order. I have Connor at running back 1 and Benson at running back 2. I think that is kind of solidified. Then I have Amari DeMarcado at running back 3. I think that is kind of controversial. I do think he does make the roster, though. I think he did enough to make the team. And then Michael Carter or DJ Dallas is going to be that last running back 4 spot. I kind of, in receiver, you guys see I did the slash because I really didn't know. I would lean Michael Carter a lot more than DJ Dallas. I think there is a chance he does make it because, you know, there's just always going to be a chance. But Michael Carter, I think, deserves this spot. I think he brings a different dynamic to this team. His running style is different. He's great for 3rd and short, 3rd and long situations because he can come out of the backfield. He's a great receiving back as well. And he just brings a different kind of dynamic running style that all these 3 guys above don't bring. So that would be my prediction there. And that gets us up to 7. Then we go to receiver, where the first 3 were solidified. It's Marvin Harrison Jr., it's Michael Wilson, and then it's Greg Dortch. Then below that is where it gets a little tricky. I'm pretty confident in Zach Pascal to be the team's 4th receiver with Zay Jones suspended, as you guys see on the bottom right. He's not going to count until he comes back after week 5, so I'm going to say Zach Pascal is going to be elevated into that team's wide receiver 4 spot, so we're probably going to see a decent fair share amount of him. And this is where it gets kind of interesting, because I really don't know where this is going to shake out. I have Tajon Palmer / Chris Moore. I think they are going to give it to Chris Moore if I had to make a prediction. So I think the first 5 would be Harrison, Wilson, Dortch, Pascal, and Chris Moore. I'm kind of confident in that, but there's a chance Tajon Palmer does make it. I'm not insanely confident on that, and there is also a chance that Andre Basilia and Xavier Weaver are the other guys as well. If they do roster 6, it will be Weaver. And in today's video, I am going to pick 2 because we have to, so all 4 of these guys can't make it. Only 2 of them do, so I'm going to say it is going to be Chris Moore, and then honestly, I don't know. This is where it does get tricky because I want to say that because they do like their big body receivers, which favors Tajon Palmer, and then Xavier Weaver had the best preseason out of all the receivers in my eyes, just in terms of flashes and everything else. But Andre also has the veteran experience. He's been here for multiple years. Kyler does like him, so it gets so tricky. Honestly, I'm gonna go with my gut, man. I'm literally gonna say it's Chris Moore, and then if we do roster another one, I'm going to rock Xavier Weaver, but I think there is a chance that all 3 make it. I'm just rooting for Xavier. I don't know if that's the direction they go. They might just roster 5 receivers. That's what I'm gonna do. And then offensive line, I did list the first 5 as starters. The backup 4 will be on the bench. Obviously, they will be depth pieces. It's gonna be Paris at the left, Evan Brown at the left guard, Halei Froholt. Shoot. Okay, I butchered his name last time. Let's go ahead and actually get the correct pronunciation here, because it's not Halei. It's freaking Yalda Froholt. That's what it is. It's Yalda Froholt. I will get that in my head. I'm going to engrave it, and hopefully we don't mess it up. Yalda Froholt will be our team center. Then we got Will Hernandez right guard, Jonah Williams right tackle. Very confident in that. It's probably my 100%er. I can guarantee that it's basically listed on the Cardinals depth chart. So that's what it's going to be. Then we have Kelvin Beachum, who can play left and right tackle. Christian Jones, who can probably do the same. He did struggle, but I think he does end up making the team's roster, even after struggling in preseason. If he doesn't, I'd be a little surprised. And we have Isaiah Adams at guard, and then John Gaines can play center guard. You can go basically anywhere. I'm pretty confident in the line. I do think this is what it'll kind of shape out to be. I'm at least hitting on 8 of these. I'm pretty confident. Christian Jones is teeter-tottery. They might do Elijah Wilkinson instead. There's a chance for that. Who really knows at the end of the day? And then we go to tight end, where I think we're going to roster 3. It'll be McBride, it'll be Elijah Higgins, and then Tip Ryman. Pretty confident in that. Don't think we roster any more than that, and I think that is pretty solidified. That's the offense that would bring us up to 25 total with 1 suspended, which is Zay Jones, who won't count till he is after week 5. Whenever he comes back, that's when he'll be eligible for a roster spot, and we'll have to make a cut, but until that time comes, he doesn't count. So that is the offensive side, which is 25. That's a pretty nice number. Then we bring this bad boy up to the defense, where we also have 25 total, and we're going to start with safeties, where we have Buda Baker, Jalen Thompson, Dadrian Taylor Demerson, and Joey Blunt. Buda and Jalen are solidified as the team starting safeties, and back up you have Dadrian Taylor Demerson, who I think had a phenomenal preseason, and he's that safety that we need to come in here and actually get some rotational minutes and actually learn behind Buda Baker, because Buda is an expiring contract, whether we want to admit it or not. His time in Arizona could be coming to an end. We don't know what the new regime plans to do with that. He is in Arizona for at least 1 more season. I hope he is here long term, but you can't guarantee anything in the NFL, so I'm not going to do that. But then you have Joey Blunt too, who I think is great for special teams, can do a lot for us. I mean, he basically just gets fumbles. That's what he does. But I think he is going to be our backup safety. I don't think he's going to get a ton of rotation. He is a great special teams guy to have, and I think he's going to be like that Justin Bethel for us. You know, the guy who is always locked in corner, but is just that special teams expert. I think that is kind of what he is for us. And we're going to shift over to inside linebackers, where we have Kazir White, we have Mac Wilson, we have Chris Barnes, and Owen Popo. Pretty confident in these 4 as well. All 4 of these guys don't make the roster. I would actually be surprised. Owen Popo had a fantastic preseason and a fantastic training camp, if I'm being honest. He had a good training camp against the Colts. The dude was balling out. Chris Barnes is a great veteran to have as well. I love our inside linebacker depth. I think this is what we're going to rock with. Then we flip to outside linebacker, where we have Zaven Collins, Dennis Gardick, Victor DiMcKeeji, Cam Thomas, Xavier Thomas, and Jesse Luketa. That would give us 6 outside linebackers. It is a lot. I'm not going to lie. This is something that they could honestly keep 5. But I think with the lack of depth and the lack of talent that we have at this position, that I think we are going to roster all these guys and have a rotation of people. I think Dennis Gardick and Zaven Collins are our team starters. But outside of that, it gets a little shaky. You might want to see what different guys can give you, what different guys can provide. Xavier Thomas has had some flashes. Cam Thomas had flashes in preseason. Victor DiMcKeeji was getting to the quarterback, wasn't able to bring him down. And then Jesse Luketa had a very solid preseason and training camp as well. Kind of hard to not see all of these guys getting rostered. 6 is a lot for outside linebackers, but I could definitely see this happening. And then at corner, I had Sean Murphy Bunting at the 1 outside. I had Starling Thomas at the other, or Max Melton, who is also rostered. That's a decision for week 1. That is not for me to make. That is Nick Rallis and Jonathan Gannon's decision on that end, but I think both of them will make the team. Then you have Garrett Williams. Then I'm going to say Catrell Clark makes it. Someone who could play special teams as well, but is also a nice system player, has been here for multiple seasons, and I think he has a chance to make it. Then I have Elijah Jones, the guy we took in the 3rd round with pick 90. I just don't see a world where he does end up getting cut. He's super young, has great physical traits, and they want to see what they can do with him, so I think they are going to roster him. If anything, Catrell Clark would be the odd man out, but I just don't see him getting cut. Then we go over to the defensive line, where we have Justin Jones, Bilal Nichols, Roy Lopez, LJ Collier, and Dante Stills. I like what Stills and LJ Collier bring to the depth of the defensive tackles that we have. I think Justin Jones and Bilal Nichols are the starters. Roy Lopez looked very solid in training camp and made a case for himself to actually get some good rotation and actually be DT3. I don't hate this rotation. I think we are going to be much better, but it's nothing insane. And then on injured/IR, which doesn't count, and for some reason I have suspended still in the top. That's my bad. Should have said injured/IR. It's Darius Robinson who's injured. We don't know if he's going on IR, but I'm going to make the prediction that he does. And then BJ Ojolari as well, who's out for the year. And if that does shake out and Darius Robinson goes to IR, that opens 1 spot for 5 weeks, like I said, or at least going into week 5, because he'd only be gone for 4, leaving the ability to have all of these guys, which means going to special teams, we have 3 remaining spots. And if I'm wrong on this, I will be absolutely surprised. It's going to be Matt Prater at kicker. It's going to be Blake Gillikin at punter and Aaron Brewer at long snapper. And that is almost guaranteed. I can lock this in. If I had $100,000 right now, I would put it on this that all of these guys make the team. That's how confident I am. But that is going to be my 53-man roster. Let me know down in the comment section below how you guys are feeling about it. I'm sure there is somebody that I did snub that you did not agree with. So if I did, let me know down in the comment section below who that guy is and why you think he has a case to make the roster and over who. I think 2 of the players that I am going to see in my comment section below are going to be Darren Hall and Kairos Tonga. Those are 2 guys that I honestly did not know if I should snub or not. It was very hard. It was Joey Blunt or Darren Hall for the backup safety position. And I rocked with Joey Blunt for special teams reasons. It is a very difficult cut to make because Darren Hall was a star in preseason for us and he had some flashes flashes, he had some shine, but I don't know. This was very difficult. It is not going to be easy, but let's see how accurate I got, honestly. Let's see how I'm doing. Let's see what my evaluations are cooking like. There is also a chance that they do some crazy stuff and make some trades, make some cuts, and pick up some other players. So, like, who really knows at the end of the day? This is my predictions. I think I did solid. So let me know down in the comment section below 1 through 10 how accurate you think this is going to be, and then drop yours down in the comment section below if you want to as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and ended up enjoying today's video, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content. So if you're a fan of either of those, perfect channel for you. But like I said, man, that is all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.